This is episode 1 of our karate concept series, Why Kata? Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about why do we do kata? So this concept is very clouded. Everybody has a different opinion, a different mindset on why they practice kata. So this particular video, what we're talking about today, is what I teach from our academy. Whatever you choose to practice and your methods and reasoning for doing kata is your own. Okay, so why do we historically practice kata? Why did kata exist in the first place? Karate dates back to a time where recording a technique was much more difficult than it is today. If I want to share what I've learned today with the world, or even with my future students down the road, all I have to do is shoot a quick video like I'm doing right now, and then it's preserved, right? That information is held there exactly. Even dating back before videoing was such an easy process, writing it down or even typing it into a computer was such a simple process. But karate dates back beyond that. So in the beginning, it was very difficult to try and record something by hand or writing to be able to pass down to future students. So katas were passed down to students. So whenever they would develop a new technique or a new instructor would come and visit and show new technique, they would design a kata to capture those movements, those concepts, so that the basis of those concepts could be passed down to the next generation of students. So that's how kata originally started. It was a means to pass down knowledge to the next generation. So how did we get to where we are today, where mostly in most academies, kata is a sport. It's a performance. It's who can do their kata prettier or better or louder, not what applications the kata holds. Now, bunkai has had a resurgence in modern times. It's become more popular around karate dojos, but it's still the minority. It is not common for a karate school to focus on the bunkai of a kata than the perfection of the kata. So how did we get to where we are today? Kata was originally used as a means to pass down techniques, but you have to consider the political environment that this karate went through in Okinawa and Japan. So whenever it made its debut in public education, right, as physical education, Okinawa, and that karate was introduced into Japan, the efficiency was lost, right? The more sport aspect was amplified. And through what Gichin Funakoshi did, was even pushed further away from the practicality of it. So that all being said, right, kata originally had its viable information. It was a way to pass down knowledge. Then it became a sport. So why do we practice kata today? If you're not focused on the sport aspect of kata, so today's karateka are challenged with a new idea. So those who wish to train in a practical manner, a way that can be used in self-defense and not just a sport karate tournament, they're challenged with a unique situation, right? We have these katas, but for the most part, a lot of the keys have been lost, so to speak. We don't have the connections to the past to know what these movements exactly meant. So this has created this new environment that many schools are going to. So now, instead of perfecting kata to its absolute highest performance, move the foot 2 inches to the left to make your front stance perfect, that kind of stuff. Instead of doing that, they're now shifting to, okay, we have this motion in this kata. We have this general motion. What can we be doing with this motion whenever we train with our partners? Whenever we have real, live, physical training, what can I be using this motion for? And it's this process that is, to me, even more interesting, and even more entertaining than if we had all the answers. We don't have the answers. That's the fun part. We're at a point in karate's history that half of it has been lost. So, will it ever be truly found? Probably not. But we can look back at these katas to try and get an idea of what these old masters were at least thinking. What were they hinting at? What were they going for? And we can build a more practical karate for the future. Alright, thanks everybody for listening. That was episode 1 of our Karate Concept series. Next time, we're going to be going over stances. So tune in next week.